Christy, and this is Vegan Food for Thought. And I just recently realized that I've lost 10 pounds in about 3 weeks. so, obviously, I've been doing some things a little differently lately, but mainly I just wanted to go over the changes that I've noticed and the differences that I've seen because it has been, 10 pounds in a month is not too bad. And 10 pounds in 3 weeks is a little fast. Not ideally like the best way to lose weight, but it is pretty nice to have that difference also. So basically, what I've been doing is I've been eating raw till 4, and there are some days where I don't always follow that. Some days where I have oatmeal for breakfast, but mainly I have either if I eat more cooked foods in the morning time, then I end up eating more raw for dinner. So I try to balance it out. And ideally, the more raw, the better. Yesterday, I ate pretty much all raw food except for I had 2 potatoes. So, it just varies every day. But my basic rules are low fat and low salt with as much raw food as possible, and obviously a lot of carbs, mainly fruit in there, and that's pretty much all I've been doing with my diet. So the biggest difference would be the oil that I've noticed. The oil, not eating processed foods and not eating a lot of oil really does help keep the weight off. So I'm naturally, if I'm eating less oil, then it's, there's less fat and stuff that my body digests or stores. So I'm able to more efficiently burn off what I'm eating. And also, one of the biggest changes is that I've been exercising daily, and for my requirement is that I get a sweat and that I exercise for at least 20 minutes. Now, if I have more time, I obviously will exercise more, but 20 minutes is kind of my minimum. And I try to time things to where, like, if I'm sweating, I want to be sweating at least before the first 10 minutes, and then the last typically 5 to 2 minutes, depending on how much time I have, I try to really, really push myself a little bit more, and I think that's helped a lot. Now, I have to say that eating healthy did come before getting my exercise, so eating the foods that I needed to exercise was important, and feeling like I wanted to exercise really helped me exercise more too. So having the energy to exercise was very important for me because for years and years, I was doing Bikram yoga and I wasn't really seeing any improvements in my health, but I was still just, maintaining that level of exercise. And it was good for me at the time because before that I had been pretty much stationary, sitting and just walking, and not really sweating much at all before that. So it really, really, for me, in my situation, Bikram yoga was really good until just about recently. And so what I've been doing recently is I've just been using the exercise bike, and I still do yoga classes about once a week, not too often, and I do hikes frequently, I'd say about once a week as well. And sometimes I even like to I get Hunter, my son, in the backpack, and he's about 30 pounds now. So I put him in my backpack and then, or in his little ergo, and I carry him up a hill or, take him on a walk or something. And that is definitely a great form of exercise. Also, in terms of weight loss, what's helped me the most would be just not stressing about things and just trying to maintain a good mood. And not that I don't get in bad moods, but just trying to keep things casual and happy and healthy, and just thinking of the positive side of things really does, it helps. And I'm not going to say that stressing makes me heavier or gain weight, but stressing does cause certain hormones to be released, and it does make it harder to sleep, and that can increase cortisol levels. And so in a way it does, all of this whole system of our body is connected, and it is important to maintain certain adequate amounts of sleep and to lower our stress levels, and all of those do contribute to weight loss. So I definitely feel like I have made some, you know, a little bit of a breakthrough in terms of that, and I definitely feel a lot better too. And now I don't really worry about my belly and all that stuff. It, you know, if it's sticking out or whatever. Before having my son, that wasn't really a concern of mine because I was always able to maintain a flat stomach. But after having my son, there was obviously like some leftovers there. So it feels good to feel good about my body again and to feel like, I mean, I never really was concerned with like the shape of my body because, you know, having a kid definitely changed things for me. But you know, it in some ways I feel like it's changed things in a good way, and so I never really was like upset about it or anything, but it definitely feels good to know that you know, that I'm returning to somewhat of a similar shape that I was in before having my son. So I do really like that, and I can definitely say it was mainly attributed to eating raw till 4, just mainly a high carb, low fat vegan lifestyle with low salts and low oil. I still have plenty of avocados and nuts and seeds and stuff, and I eat chia seeds daily in my smoothie. So I'm definitely getting lots of those good omegas, and making sure that I get lots of vitamin D helps too. So that's one of the ones that helps with mood. So I would highly encourage anybody out there to do that. Vitamin D is a very important supplement for our moods and for our hormones. And so it is one of those ones that I've heard isn't absorbed as easily when we take it through a supplement. So it is best to get vitamin D just through sunshine, if you have the time to. And just spending, you know, as much time as you can out in the sunlight is definitely a good thing. Our bodies were kind of meant to do that, and it can, from being in the sunlight, we can absorb the vitamin D and store it, and it will last until next year if we get a good, you know, like a battery bank of it. So it's like, I think of it like, you know, having solar panels and trying to charge my solar panels up in the sunshine. It is really good, and it definitely helps. So keep that in mind. And yeah, those are the biggest changes, the main things that I've been doing lately. It's definitely helped a lot, and it wasn't just any one thing, but there are lots of things to do for weight loss and helping with, it's definitely helped me with feeling good and feeling better. It's helped with my mood. Um, yeah, so anyways, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below, and hopefully I can get a quick response on those.